Hello everyone, welcome. Tonight I'm going to work on this Greyscale image by Wanda Fontenot, or Color My Light. This is from her upcoming book she does not have named yet. So this is exclusive to me and my Facebook group. If you want to join in, there will be a link down below where you can grab the image. So I have worked with her for a little while. She sent me some books, I've done some flips, and I've had some people curious on how I do grayscale. Now notice I say I do grayscale because I'm not sure I do it like everyone else, but to each their own, I say. So I thought we could play around with this image, show Wanda some support on her new book, and have some fun. Sorry, I thought somebody was at the door. Must be a cat. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this big group of trees over here. Now, when I had the request to show how to do this, it was pencil and pastels. I am going to use pastels and pencils, but I'm also going to use a little bit of eyeshadow. Now, I do not recommend eyeshadow. I do recommend pastels. The only reason I'm going to use eyeshadow is because I found this box of crayons palette, and this green is amazing. This green, yellow, and these browns are amazing. As you can tell, my yellow, poor yellow, is almost gone. So, where I'm using eyeshadow, I would recommend using pastels, chalk pastels. So, two ways to go about it. We'll start with the trees. What I like to do is I like to base my trees a little bit with this. So I'm just kind of touching all the trees. Now I'm going to still come in and do all the little pencil work here, but this just kind of helps me see the bright spots, I guess, is why I like to do it like this. I don't have to be so precise with the pencils. This is how I started out doing grayscale, so maybe it'll help some other people who have questions who are new. Now, as for how the pros do it, I'm not sure, but to each their own, and if you find something that works, roll with it. I also use Gamsol to blend my pencil on my images on grayscale. Some people have told me that is a no, but honestly, I haven't had any trouble with it. I haven't had any bleeding of ink on printed or in book, or warping or anything weird with it, so I mean, it works for me. I mainly use it because on some of these finer spots, it just helps me see a little bit better. Okay, so now that we got a little color on them trees and they're already coming to life, we're going to come in with pencils. This is marine green. It's just a dark green. And I'm just going to kind of fill in the darkest of my dark here. Now, if you like just the eyeshadow look, go for it, because sometimes I do too. But for those of you who want a little more, this is how we do it. It's the darkest of my darks. And just filling in with that green. Now, the more time you take and the more you really go in and get all the spots, of course, the better it will look, but okay, this is grass green, so this is a little more of a leafier green. And you can see where it's a little rough looking. That's why I use Gamsol. But I will show you that in 1 second. Get my pencil in everywhere here. I am not touching my white spots. Again, it looks a little wild. Give it a second. Okay, I really want the tops of my trees to shine here. Now, even if you I was gonna say, even if you put chalk down, you can still use Gamsol, but it might depend on what brand of chalk you use, so you might test it before you try it. Just trying to think of how to word it and color at the same time. Brain freeze. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just filling in all the white spots. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna blend everything out. But the more colors we have going on this tree, the neater it's gonna look when we blend it. I'm gonna do these bushes down here, this lighter green. And if I feel like I missed anywhere with this dark, now is a good time to come in with it. Alright, so there are our whole bunch of trees. They look a little wild. I'm going to take my Gamsol. I'm going to put a tiny dot on a Q-tip. Gamsol you can buy on Amazon, but it is cheaper if you buy odorless mineral spirits. I always say that backwards. Okay, so let's see. We're going to start. We're going to do small circular motions. And I will stop about halfway through this tree. Okay, now the cool thing about that is you can always come back, color over it a little more, or make it a little brighter, whichever you prefer. I'm just making sure my edges are nice here. It does take a little bit of time and a little bit of play, but you can see the difference already in the top and the bottom of my trees here. So I like using Gamsol. There's no ink, and I just printed no fixative or anything, just printed on a regular HP inkjet. See, even down here on the dark black, no black. A little bit of brown from my marine green, but no ink smearing or anything like that. And I got just this nice smooth color going. So again, I'm gonna make sure my brights are bright here. Okay, and I'm gonna go right over. And like I said, I put eyeshadow down. Doesn't really make a difference, but if you're gonna use Gamsol, you can skip that step. Just kind of wanted to show the people that are using pastel how I do that. You don't have to do both. Need a little dark right here. This time, like I said, it's in play. It's a process here. I might need a different green too. Might pull a dark green. Let's pull a dark green real quick. Let's see, dark green, perfect. I'm gonna sharpen parts. Sorry about the bump. My cord hangs right in front. That's better. That is way better. A nice dark rich green in there now. Okay, so I will fix this spot with this green as well. Alright, so let me blend in that green a little so you can see. How that nice pretty dark really brings out the bright green. A little right here. I'm just following the darks that are in the picture. Okay, turning this a little. Okay, I'm gonna quit playing with my trees for a minute now. So that will be the trees. I will come back and play with them some more, but just so you know, that's for those of you following, you just dark and light. All right, we're gonna do the ground real quick here. This dark shadow, I'm not gonna do black. I don't want a big black spot in my picture, so I'm gonna come with that dark green I just used. I'm gonna color that in. Again, I'm gonna quickly blend this so I don't have to color the whole thing. Okay, so now we're going to take a little bit of light green here. Now I am going to come in and I'm going to put these blades of grass in, but I'm going to blend it out first. So, because if I do them first and then blend it out, I will lose them and have to do them again anyway. So, I need a brown. So let me find my sienna brown. I'm going to put a little brown in a couple spots. I think this is a dirt path over here. I will add detail to that as well. I am definitely a planner. I like to plot my colors first. Okay, making that brown darker in a couple spots. Then I'm going to add some yellow. Now that yellow is really bright, but it won't stay that bright. Okay, plotting colors. I'm going to add a little of this marine green that I was using in the trees. Okay, we're gonna put a little more Gamsol on a Q-tip. I'm gonna use a clean end so I don't drag that dark through all my light colored grass. Okay, then I will take my dark with a super sharp tip and I will flick all these little blades of grass in. And it will take a little bit of time, so I will not do all of them quickly show you. Hopefully I'm on camera here. And if you're not sure where they are, just put your own in. Nobody will ever know. Just kind of darkening a couple spots here that look like they were shaded. Okay, I'm going to take a little of that marine green. Just use it as like a blending color between the two here. All right. Remember, your grass will be taller down here, shorter up here because it's further away. So that is how I will kind of put my grass in. If you don't like the grass look, you can leave it out. It looks pretty good without it. Just kind of blending this down a little. Some of them look a little standoutish. Okay. We're going to tackle this sky up here. So I pulled some beautiful blues. I want a nice bright blue sky. So I'm going to put in a little dark in a couple spots, just randomly. No rhyme or reason. I'm going to do the clouds in pastel. So I'm going to try to work around those. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with a nice light bright blue. You will also need a white pencil for this if you are going to do this little effect anyway. I am going to use a Prismacolor white, but that's because that's basically the only white I have. Hold that real quick. Sorry about the noise. I'm going to sharpen without bumping maybe. Okay. So I'm going to go real light down here because I still want the sky color, but you can see it's starting to fade down. I want these details in here. I don't want to lose the look of the sky. But these dark shadows right here, I will put in with the pastel. So I do want a kind of thick layer of this blue on. I'm not going to blend it or anything because I'm going to use the white for that, but I do want quite a bit down to work with. Okay. We're going to take our white and we're going to do those nice circular motions again. And if we touch the edge of the clouds, it's alright. Gives them a little color too. I want to make it look like the sky is peeking through. Now this will look a little more like the clouds are peeking through when I actually get the clouds put in some more. But Okay, you're gonna start up here again. I'm gonna kind of blur those lines a little. This is a lot of work on the hand. Another reason I kind of like the Gamsol for large areas. Alright, I think we are looking pretty good. So that's kind of what our sky is going to look like. It's going to have a little more work done to it. I want to make sure I have time to show you a little bit of the church. You can blend this with the Gamsol if you want. Totally up to you. I'm going to wait till I put my shadows in. So you can use pencils for the shadow as well, but I do like the chalk look for kind of cloudy days. So I'm going to pull these, and I'm going to pull a gray and an X-Acto knife. You can rub a Q-tip on here if you want more exact. Rub your Q-tip on there, and then, sorry, off camera again. All right. Sorry, kind of quiet, concentrating, trying to make sure I do this right here. I will also add some lighter and maybe a little bit of cream to these. Clean it off real quick so I don't get any other colors on it here. So I'm going to use a different Q-tip because I don't want gray. And this just gives them a little more color. Of course, oh, my fingers are already dirty. All right. So you can put it right on there. You can use the cotton, blend it, whatever you. So not necessarily everywhere, but kind of toward the edges here. You don't want it to be too Alright, so that'll be my clouds. I'll play with them a little more, but and this blue. I've got to work on this blue a little. That is going to be the basic effect I'm going for here. yep, there's that. Let's play with our church a little bit. And then I will be done. So this is just an orange. Kind of just playing with some rust color. I'm going to blend this together with a very light color. So I just want to kind of play with the colors right now. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of a brown, build in some of that dark. I'm trying not to touch the whites in the cracks of it just yet. I want to do those a lighter color that really stands out. So kind of getting these dark ones over here. I am not built for quick coloring, that's for sure. There is an album in the group if you decide to join in and want to share yours or tips and tricks, anything like that. And I will also post the link to Wanda's Facebook group. She always shares a couple freebies out of each of her books and a flip through. Okay. This is a little burnt ochre, so another like reddish orangey color. Just kind of trying to fill in my bricks a little before I bring in my lighter color. So here I have bronze. It's kind of going to be my blender slash lighter color. Gives it a nice old towny feel here. Sorry, I was kind of off camera. I like slide. And as I go, I can kind of add a little more color. All right, so that is how I'm going to do the church and everything. Questions, comments, requests, anything like that, please let me know. Again, if you want to participate, the link is down below to do so as well, or just grab it to practice Greyscale. Whatever works for you. Thanks again to Wanda for sharing this image with us. This is out of her new book she hasn't titled yet, but upcoming book. She usually doesn't share them beforehand, she said, so we are super thankful she decided to do that and let us play with her page. Hope to see your completed. You can also tag me on Instagram. Same name if you prefer Instagram. I hope to see you next time. There's our page so far. Don't forget we gotta fix up our road over here. Don't leave that just one color brown. All right. Thanks for watching.